What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. So, I have to say, just straight out, this is just the type of James Harden the Clippers don't need. I mean, everybody's been talking about the viral video and the memes and all the stuff being made of the situation. And a lot of people look at it as being funny. And a lot of people look at it as being like a humorous type situation. And like some people are saying, what the hell? Why did he do it? It's so dumb. All the things you can probably actually look on social media everywhere and see people with different opinions. But James Harden passes Kawhi Leonard the ball, and then he goes out to close out on Kawhi Leonard to shoot the jumper, almost like he's defending him. Now, me personally, that might be the best defense that Harden has played all season. I mean, really. I mean, that was it was a great closeout. But I mean, on your teammate, especially Kawhi Leonard at that, it's stupid. It's utterly dumb. And I think a lot of people really need to look at it from only one direction. Because hypothetically, let's just say, for some odd reason, he does something like that, or he did that, and there was actually a defender like basically right behind him coming at Kawhi Leonard too to block the shot. Now, if we remember years ago, Kawhi Leonard was in that same exact spot when somebody named Zaza Pachulia came out there and contested his shot, and a lot of people said Zaza basically injured Kawhi Leonard intentionally with his foot being, planted under Kawhi so Kawhi couldn't land. Now, possibly the situation with James Harden, tell me how it possibly couldn't have been the same type of thing. What if that defender that was trailing with James Harden to contest Kawhi's shot, what if he pushed James Harden into Kawhi's leg or into Kawhi's landing space? Then we would have a real problem, because now that would basically be your own teammate injuring another teammate, in which will hinder your chances from winning a championship. I mean, it's just stupid. And this is the reason why I said, if James Harden is going to do stupid shit like that, let him go now. Because, I mean, his production is half-assed anyway. He does give you a lot of assists, don't get me wrong, but he gives you a lot of turnovers too. And there's games where he'll go 0 for 10 from three-point range. That's utterly dumb in regards to what he did for us, Kawhi, and is utterly non-productive in having games going 0 for 10 from three, having just as many turnovers as assists, and he really is not even putting the ball in the basket like that. A lot of these games, because he's not even scoring up to the level that people think he should. Now, the other night he did okay, but I mean, that's against the Trailblazers. Now, they play the Trailblazers tonight, so hopefully he doesn't do something stupid like that again. But his excuse was, he was just trying to get some excitement with the team and things like that and everything. But that's just utterly dumb. And I think anybody who is praising it really needs to just sit back and think about, what if he landed, in Kawhi's landing space and Kawhi gets hurt? Kawhi and PG have been one of the most injury prone type star players in the league the last several years. You don't want to do anything to jeopardize that. And to me, that's jeopardizing that type of situation. That's jeopardizing Kawhi Leonard's health. And especially, I mean, if anybody on the team's health you definitely don't want to, be a Ray or go down, it's definitely Kawhi Leonard's, because he's the best player on the team. I mean, this is why I said, James Harden, if you want to win championships, you can't do dumb shit like that. And this is why I said championship teams don't do things like that. Championship teams beat the teams they're supposed to beat. Championship teams have consistent players. And when I think about inconsistency, James Harden is one of the players on the team that is probably the most inconsistent in regards to giving them a set amount of points offensively, in which everybody knows he can, because he is one of the best scorers we ever seen in this game when he was at his peak. So, I mean, asking a solid 16 to 17 points every single night from you is not hard to do when at one time you were dropping 60 and like 15 assists in a game. It's just not hard to do. And the fact that James Harden can shoot, he's not like just one of those guys who was built off athleticism or something like that. He can actually shoot. So, I mean, if you can knock down jumpers, hit threes, it shouldn't be a problem if, having you to score 16 to 18 points a game consistently. It shouldn't be a problem. He should be able to do that with 8 assists every night. He may get 4 or 5 turnovers. Okay, that's fine. But if you can give the Clippers 17 to 19 points, as I keep saying, with 8 assists, they'll be fine. They will win. After the All-Star break, hypothetically, if he gave them 17-8 every single game, shooting pretty efficiently, things of that nature, and maybe a little bit less turnovers, they wouldn't be 5-6 or 6-8 out of the All-Star break. They would be a lot better. They just would be, because teams are looking at it like we don't really have to account for James Harden because we know he's just going to do one thing. He's just going to shoot. And when you just keep shooting and don't, be aggressive and find other ways to be effective in a game, your jump shots, sometimes they don't fall. When you live by the three, you die by the three. It's always been a rule in basketball. So my point is, when you keep shooting and they're not falling and you're really not trying to, do other things to help your game out, either the coach needs to sit you down for a while or you need to find other ways to be effective. I mean, hell, think about it. The Golden State Warriors got Klay Thompson coming off the bench. Klay Thompson, one of the best shooters of all time. But whatever it takes to make the team better, that's what needs to be done. And that falls on Ty Lue. And if you're going to have a player doing something this dumb and go viral and make a joke about it when you guys are trying to win a championship, just the way Ty Lue did. He chuckled about it in the post game of that game against the Blazers. It was dumb. Why are you chuckling about that? There's nothing to laugh about that, because if Kawhi gets hurt, now you got another bust season, and now it's another excuse, the reason why the Clippers might not go far in the playoffs, or don't even have the opportunity, I should say, to go far in the playoffs. He should reprimand James Harden somehow, some way, or pull him to the side and tell him, don't do that no more. Next time, we'll cut your contract and you'll be out the NBA, because this is probably your last opportunity anyway to be on any team with the antics and things that you've been doing over the last few years. So, there needs to be a level of understanding if this team is going to win a championship. If I see something like that again, I might not do a Clippers video ever again. Because they're definitely not winning a championship with somebody like that on the roster. Because Russell Westbrook wouldn't do that. None of the other players on the team would ever do that. They're all in it for one goal. These guys are well accomplished in individual accolades and all these things that these four Hall of Famers have done. Now, Kawhi is more accomplished because he's got multiple championships and he's been to the mountaintop. But these other guys are trying to get their first championship. So playing around, goofing off, fucking off, all that's not what we need if we're trying to win championships. You don't see other teams doing that. You don't see other championship teams having inconsistent players going from 30 points one night and then score 12 points the next night. No, when you're trying to win a championship and everybody knows the goal, everybody knows what they need to do. And if you're having an off night, then you pick it up on the defensive end. You lock somebody up on the defensive end and make them have an off night if you have an off night. This is the problem with the Clippers. They're not taking things serious. And I feel like Ty Lue is letting things go that he shouldn't. He's won a championship as a player and a coach, so he should know of all. Nobody on the team has done that, because nobody on the team is old enough to be a coach and a player formerly. So their leadership in that locker room is very questionable, because no matter what players on the team are leaders, the coach is the ultimate leader because he makes the decisions. And whatever he comes up with play-wise, whatever he comes up with in the practices, that's what everybody runs. That's what everybody goes by. So he's the ultimate leader. And if he's sitting there chuckling about it, oh, James Harden just did this. No. He got to go too, if that's the case. But hopefully we'll see better from the Clippers, because that right there, and everybody's just all, chuckling about it and all this other crap, that's not where it's at. And I know Kawhi Leonard didn't like it. I know he didn't. He actually might rescind his contract and keep his money and go elsewhere. He really might, if that's the type of environment they're going to have there. But either way, we'll just see what happens going forward. Hopefully everybody stays healthy, and hopefully no more dumb viral videos of James Harden doing stupid shit. And hopefully he can, instead of him trying to get the team going and get some excitement around the team, how about start being consistent with your offense and doing less turnovers and getting more assists and being more the player that they actually paid you to be there for? How about doing that? That'll give the team some excitement, because that excitement might bring winning. Winning brings a lot of excitement. So how about that? Let's not try to do dumb things and close out on our own players and possibly get them injured. And now you're looking as stupid as who knows what. I'm not even going to say it, but you know where I'm coming from. Next time.